Hello, good morning to everybody. It's Monday again. It's been I don't know what day we're on. It didn't feel like a Sunday yesterday, so I'm a little bit confused. Which doesn't take much, does it? I hope you're all well. I hope you're all happy. I hope you're all ready to get making. I've got some Olga necklaces for you today. That's what I've named them. Little bits of gorgeous pearls and lovely chain. So I hope you're all good. I apologise for the slight delay. I was trying to get my settings working and I thought I'd do that prior to going live, and it took a little while, but I'm hoping that I'm live on all platforms. I'm going to say good morning to Jan. She says, good morning, Natalie and my beading family from a sunny Sudbury. It is not sunny here, Jan. It's very overcast and it's gone much cooler. I don't mind too much. She also let me know that the link in the description doesn't work. So usually I'd say if you're looking for the link, just to click below, it should have it, but it's not working. But I'll show you where they are over on the Totally Beads website. It's really easy to find any of our tutorials if you want to get some kits. She also says she's loving these necklaces. So thank you very much. Good morning to Rachel, who's in a windy but dry Barrow. The wind has picked up here as well. Good morning to Linda. Hello, my love. She says, good morning, Natalie, and you lovely beading family. I've managed to see the live. Well, it's lovely to have you with me. Carol's in as well. She says hello. She's found us. Finally, Jane's in Somerset. Rach has popped in as well. Joanne is in. She says good morning from an overcast Coventry. Camille's here as well. She said good timing. BT's just left and I've got my internet back. Yay, dull and grey here. Hope you've had a good weekend. I haven't been too bad. I've done something really, really exciting. You know, when you get to a certain age in life, and the things that excite you are household appliances. We've bought a new vacuum cleaner and we didn't get a cordless one this time. We got a plug into the wall. So we'll see how that goes. We just thought it might have a little bit more power with it. So yeah, really exciting. That's what my life's come to now. I get so excited that I can vacuum the place and suck up all the beads that I've dropped everywhere. Good morning to Edward and hello to Lisa. So now I've got quite a few of you here. I'm going to take you over to the website. We've got a really good deal on for you today because I'm pretty sure, and I'll check when I get there, but I think that you should be able to make 3 necklaces in your kits today. All of the same colour, but we have got 3 different colours of pearl in each kit. So if you wanted, I suppose you could pick 3 necklaces and not mix the colours up. You could have it all one colour, and in that case they would be very, very different because I've done a mismatch of colours that look beautiful, I think, together and complement each other really well, but at the same time they're not different tones and shades, they are different colours. So I'll show you those now. Hello to Helene, hello to morning to Mina. Camille's asking me to come and do her house then. No, you're okay. Mine's a plug in the wall, so the chances of maybe using it, that I might leave it for longer. But I did the hall and the stairs, or rather, my other half did the hall and the stairs, because that's it, isn't it? It's a new gadget. So he'll be happy to have a go until he's bored of it. But yeah, it was really good. Oh, the exciting things in life. Hello to Elaine Fee. How are you, my love? Linda's in as well. Hi, Linda. Not seen you for ages. Oh, this is why. Because she's in a windy but sunny Switzerland. Do you know, she's always off gallivanting, this one. Good morning to Anastasia. I hope you're well. She says she's very happy to be with us all this morning. We're happy to have you. And hello to Catherine. Right, over the website we go, totallybeads.co.uk. If you can't find the link in the description, oh, I'm ahead of myself there, aren't I? Let's go back one. Head into the video tutorial categories. You can see on the main page, I'll go back again. You've got this lovely one which has got our faces on it. There's another one which is just it says video tutorials, and you can go into the learn to make jewelry and you can scroll down there. We've still got really good offers on as well if you want to get yourself some crystals and whatnot. So today is the Olga pearl necklace. I like doing a bit of what's the word? I suppose you would call it asymmetrical, because half of it's chain and half of it's beads, and I really like that look. I like using lots of different materials. It's a really straightforward make, really easy to do, but I just really like the design. So as you can see, you're making 3 necklaces in each kit, and they're all £6.99, which I think if you break that down per necklace is really good value for money. So we've got the bouquet rose, the candy gold, the forest gold, and the pastel rose gold. So they're all gold because they're all on gold chain with gold findings, and I've put them all on gold because I like that gold chain. However, if you wanted, you could do this design. Well, I've got rose gold and I've got gold, so I've got 2 different colours of the chain. But if you wanted to do silver, if you've got some silver chain, or you go on the website, you get some silver chain and some silver findings, or use what you've got in your stash, and you could buy a mix of pearls and do this similar design as well. But I think in terms of the value for this kit, as I say, £6.99 for 3 different necklaces. I'll show you the colours of the pearls that we're using, that you're getting in each kit. So for example, if I go into this bouquet on the rose gold, love rose gold, you'll see there we've got 3 very gorgeous but different colours of pearls. And I'm using the 6mm glass pearls, but you could, if you wanted, in theory, just make a peach one, just make a light purple, or just make a fuchsia. You don't have to mix those colours up on your 3 necklaces, but I think they look really lovely together. So you can see they're very different colours. And the fact that you're getting all that chain and all those findings, I just think is a real bargain. So that's what it looks like. Gorgeous figure 8 chain. I'm using a little bit of tiger tail to string on those lovely 3 colours of beads. I've got a head pin at the bottom, little ball pin there, which we're just going to do a little wrap loop and do a dangle. You don't have to do a wrap loop if you just want to turn a loop. You could do that. You could add that on with another jump ring. So if you don't like turning loops, you don't have to. But I think when we've got this lovely sturdy chain, having a nice sturdy wrapped loop is always good. So you're going to get your callottes, your crimp beads, your jump rings, all of the findings in there. And as I say, gorgeous chain and 3 colours of pearls. So that one is your bouquet on the rose gold. So you've got your peach, your light purple, and your fuchsia, and I'll show you those down on the mat as well, so you can see how they look together. We've also got the candy on the gold, which is what I'm going to be demonstrating for you today. Again, 3 gorgeous but very different colours of pearls. I love this colourway together. They've called it candy, and I think it's quite right because they do look like little sweeties. So you've got your peach, your lime green, and your light Indian pink. Just wondering if the last colourway is peach or whether it's more of kind of a buttery yellow on the last one. I'll show you them down on the mat so you can see, and I'll just triple check the colours with Simon at the end. But you can see this one is the peachy peach, and it looks lovely with that kind of greeny tone. And then a pop of that, don't know what you call it, light Indian pink, I suppose it is. Yeah, very lovely, warm pink tone, quite blush. So that one is your candy on your gold. Then you've got your forest, which is very pretty too. Exactly the same necklace, I've just put it on the other way round, so you can wear it with the chain on this side and the pearls on that side, or vice versa, whatever you like. Depends how you put it on. So there's your olive, your coffee, and your caramel. Again, you could just do an olive necklace on this, a coffee necklace, or a caramel necklace on it. You're getting all of those findings still in there too for £6.99, and you're making 3 necklaces up. And then we've got the pastel, and these are really lovely because it's got the blue in it. So we've got the sky blue, the ecru, and the buttermilk. Would look really lovely separately, or I think combined. I do like combining colours. So what do you think? What do you like out of those 4? Don't forget you can multi-buy as well if you wanted. So you might think, oh, I want to do the forest green because I really want that kind of lime green colour, but I really love the ecru as well. And I think the green and the lime and the ecru would go nice with the buttermilk. So if you wanted to multi-buy, you could buy a couple of your kits. You can make 6 necklaces up and you've got 6 choices of lovely pearl there too. So there are your 4 colourways for you today. I'm gonna stop sharing, check my comments, and get making. I've said hello to Anne. I don't think I did. Hi, Anne. Hi, Catherine. Hello to Sylvia. Oh, she says it's cold and thundering in South Australia. Oh, wow. I don't know. I keep thinking it might thunder because it's been really warm, but you know, right now I think it's raining and drizzly. Looking out the window, I think it started to rain. Summer's gone. I suppose though, Sylvia, if you're in Australia, is this your winter now then? It would be, wouldn't it? Good morning to Mina. She says, oh, got my rainbow callottes of crystals. Oh, is that colours? Colours of crystals last week. And this week she's going to make bracelets. Hello to me mum, how are you? She says, Frank says hello to everyone and my mum. I'm sure you're all waving back at you, Frank. I hope you're being good. Camille says, I am so happy to have my internet back. I can watch the telly now, Netflix and Prime, instead of just the basic channels. Well, you know, I love a bit of TV. Hello to Jan, who's waving at Frank. We're all waving at you, Frank. Good. Everyone's saying good morning to me, mum. And Mina's saying, I hope you're being spoiled by Grandma. She's nanny, me mum. He's got a granny and a nanny. But yeah, she's always spoiling him. Right, your mission today, little man, you're not coming back with any more toys. We don't need any cars. That's your challenge as well, Mum. That's me wagging my finger. Jan says, I like them all. They've all jumped into a basket and Mum's waving back too. Okay, let's go down on the mat. Let's see the necklaces. I just want to make sure you know what colours you're getting in these. And as I say, I'll check with Simon. So in terms of your colourway, I'm going to pick this one up first. And this one is your bouquet in rose gold. Let's slide these over. So you can see here, you know, it's lovely and clear in terms of your colours. There, and that's on the gorgeous rose coloured chain. So you can see you've got your purples, your pinks. Say this is more of a yellow rather than a peach. This is the colour I'm going to check on the description for you. Well, I wouldn't say yet. Well, it's more of a yellowy cream. Yeah. What else have we got on the rose? We've got this beautiful kind of pastel-y one. So you've got that gorgeous sky blue. There's your ecru, which is kind of like a goldy brown. And then you've got those lovely, I think that's buttermilk in there for you. And I think that rose gold chain looks particularly beautiful with the ecru. Tonally, it goes. Rachel says it's gorgeous. Thank you so much. Really fun to make and super simple. I've just tangled my chains. Give them a good pull because they're very sturdy. This one's your forest, so you've got your browns and your greens and your caramels in there. Lovely kind of coffee coloured one. You can see they're so shiny, my ring light is reflecting. And that is gold. No, Mina, completely disagree. He's got enough cars and enough dinosaurs. And then this one's the candy, which I'm demoing for you today. You've got that lovely kind of limey green in there with a lovely peach and that Indian pink as well. And that's on gold. So shall we get making? Really straightforward. I'm going to take my Tigertail and I'm going to cut about 25 centimetres of my Tigertail. I'm just going to run that gently through my nail there because there's a little bit of a kink where it's been attached to my reel. but you're not going to need any more than like 25 centimetres, because we're only going to be doing half of our necklace strand, because the other half is going to be made with the chain. So you can do this in any particular order you want. I'm going to start off with stringing my pearls. So I'm going to take my callotte, and because I know the order really in which I'm putting on, I'm just going to multi-mix match them up. I'm going to start with my callotte and pop my crimp beads on, just to make sure that they don't slide off. And as I say, you're going to get enough that you could probably do all one colour. You don't have to mix your beads if you don't want to. Thanks, Anne, she says, all lush. So I'm popping my callotte on to the tiger tail, and it's going up the top there. And then I'm going to slide on 2 crimp beads, because I want to make it extra sturdy. And I'm just going to crimp my crimp beads, so crimp them as you would or you should. I'm just going to slide it right up to the end, so I'm not wasting any of that tiger tail, and I don't need to trim off really. But if you've got a little bit of extra, you can just give that a trim with your cutters. I'm going to slide my callotte up, and I want those crimps to be inside of it. There you go. I'll close it over with my fingers, trapping or encasing those little crimp beads. And when those little loops at the end are nicely lined up, I'm just going to add a little bit of pressure onto the callotte to close it. And if you need to add a little bit of pressure onto the bottom end of the callotte, do be gentle when you do that, because you don't want to break the kind of hinge part to it. That can close it up further for you. So if you see that now, there it is, all nice and secure, ready to add my findings of my jump rings and my clasp to. So I'm just going to pick up in any particular order, it really doesn't matter. I'm going to go for my Indian pink, my peach, and then my lime, and I'm just going to alternate these until I've got the length that I want. I'm probably using about 14 pearls in each colour, but of course you might not be mixing your colours up. You might be using all of your lime or all of the Indian pink to have very, very different necklaces. Same design, but you can play about with the colours. You don't have to do the same design either if you don't want to. So I'm just stringing them on, alternating between the colours, and I'm not that bothered if I'm going to start and finish with the same colour either. I'm just going to add them on. So what I tend to do is I'll take them off my strand, lay them out on the table, usually in the order in which I'm going to pick them up, and then it doesn't get me as confused when I'm doing that colour pattern. So any repetition of the colours that you like, you're going to get 3 colours of your 6mm glass pearls in each of your kits today. And what were they, £6.99? Absolute bargain. Camille says it's Nanny's job to spoil their grandson. Yeah, I know. I'm very, 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 very lucky. Please don't think I'm being ungrateful. And Frank's always very appreciative. Just, things are just so expensive. And, you know, when you're spending as much as you are on household appliances and bills at the moment, cars that aren't necessarily required. You've just got loads. He's got that many. You'll be like, he says to me, Mum, I can't find this car. I'm like, what is it? And he tells me like the make and the model of it. And I'm like, I haven't got a clue. Just tell me what colour I'm looking for. But yeah, he's got a bit of an obsession with motorhomes and caravans and things like that too. If anyone wants to buy me a life-size one of those, then that's more than appreciated. Love a caravan, love a motorhome. But I have enough trouble tidying this house, so all I'm going to do is just slide on my beads. This is a really, really quick make. And you could easily make some matching dangly earrings with this as well if you wanted to. So I think I've put them on in the right colour pattern order, but as I say, it doesn't matter too much. I'm just alternating between those three colours, popping them on to my tiger tail. And then when I've finished stringing on my beads, I'm going to get a nice rounded shape. Let's move me down a little bit and just pull up. So I've got a nice tension on there. Nice curve in my necklace will mean it will sit nicely around the neckline. And then I'm just going to add my other callotte onto the bottom and take out my crimp beads. Oh, thank you, Anastasia. She says, these are some beautiful beads, that pearl beads, Natalie. And Tracy says, just think of the piece you'll get while he's playing with his new car. Yeah, that's very true, Tracy. He's got loads though. But yeah, that's priceless, isn't it? A bit of peace and quiet. So my first crimp bead is going on, and I'm going to hold that up close to the pearl inside of the callotte, and I'm going to give that a crimp to flatten down, and then I'm going to add another one on. Let that drop right down to sit on top of that last crimp bead. And I crimp them one at a time because I think if I put them both on, I'll struggle to get closely into that one, the first one. Cut off any excess of my tiger tail. Close over my callotte and give it a little press down. Making sure they're nicely lined up. Okay, now when it comes to doing my chain, I want the length here to go around on this side, but then I want a little extra bit for my dangle. So I tend to do about 27 centimetres of my chain. This will probably come, given the fact that you've got 3 necklaces, it will all just come one length. So you will need to kind of cut that down and trim it. So I'm just going to lay it against my ruler. What I want, say about 27 centimetres, I want to finish on one of the longer links. In the Figaro chain, you've got these gorgeous smaller links and then these longer ones, and I'm going to finish on a longer one. You don't have to, I like to. Now I'm not cutting this chain with cutters because it's lovely and thick and sturdy. I'm going to open it like a jump ring, but there is a twist on that oval shaped link. So I'm just going to go in the direction of that twist just to open it up a teeny tiny bit like I would do with a jump ring. So I'm just going to open it up towards me. I'm going to slide off the remainder of the chain that I don't need, and then I'm going to close that link back up by taking all that surface area and just moving it back away. And I'm going to make sure that's fully closed because although I'm doing a wrapped loop, I don't want it to slip off my dangle at the end. So when I'm attaching, I'm going to take 2 of my jump rings and I'm going to open up one and attach that onto my beaded strand. And it's up to you if you want to put your lobster clasp onto this part or the section with the chain, it doesn't matter. I'm going to then close up that jump ring. So I'm taking it slightly past the point where those 2 ends of the jump ring meet, and then it should spring back. And there's like a memory in that wire which will make those 2 points align perfectly. and then that will close up properly for you. Jan says, I made a couple of the sun catchers over the weekend for my cousins who came for dinner on Saturday. Isn't that nice? Imagine going for somebody's house for dinner, getting fed and going home with a handmade gift. What lucky cousins that you've got. Was it your cousins? Yeah, that's lovely. Well done, Jan. Hostess with the mostess. Okay, this side I'm just going to add my jump ring to and my lobster clasp as well. So that's going to then sit at the back of my neckline. Now, when I join this up together, I'm going to attach it to the long oval link, but not the very bottom one, just the one above here. So all I'll need to do is just take another jump ring. So I'm using 3 jump rings in total. And again, opening it up, I'm going to slide it on through the callotte and then the second highest oval long length link. You can work this out to whichever you prefer in terms of how it sits, but I think having it on that one just means it will sit when worn like this, and then you can just add your little wrap loop dangle onto the bottom there, which is what we're going to do now. You can see how quick this make is. It takes you about 10 minutes or so. Well, everybody's different, aren't they? So it might take some people a little bit longer. Some people might even be a bit quicker. So I'm just going to get my 3 colours of pearls out again. But if you are just doing that one colour all the way through your necklace, you might want to add a different colour onto the bottom, or you might want to keep it the same. I just need one of each. So I'm going for that lovely pinky tone. My gorgeous lime. Jan says they went home with a lot of the jewellery I've made too. My other half did the cooking, so he was the host. Oh, well, no, he was the chef. You were hosting. Well, I'm sure they're delighted with all their makes. And isn't it lovely that, you know, anytime they wear that piece of jewellery as well, they're gonna think of you. And it just means more, doesn't it, when it's made from someone that you know and you love. Okay, so I have got my pearls out and I'm going to continue that colourway just to get that pattern going. So I've finished with a green, so I'm going to have my rosy pink at the top, then I'm going to have that lovely peach, and then I'm going to finish with the lime green just to continue that matching colour. So I'm going to get one of my ball pins that are out of my kit. It's got that lovely ball little tip finish on it, which I think they're just sweet. I like that little finish. I always think it looks just a bit prettier than like a flat head pin. So now I've got my beads threaded on. You can of course attach this with a jump ring, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap my wrap loop directly onto it. So I'm going to take my pliers, I'm positioning my hand quite awkwardly just so you can see the direction in which I'm going. So I'll be holding my pin and I'm going to take, I only need quite a small loop, so I'm going to take it towards the end of my round nose pliers and I'm going to position it so I can create a bend in the top. And that bend isn't going to be that close to the bead because I'm bending it over the top of the plier. So I'm going to have a little space in between to create those wrap loops. I'm then going to reposition my hand. So I'm not moving the pin, I'm just turning my hand so you'll see my knuckles have kind of changed direction there. And that's just so I can bring that loop all the way round and then reposition it back to how it was. And then bring the pin underneath. And I'm just going to give it a little tilt just to make sure that it's sitting straight. So I've created that little circle at the top. I'm then going to swap over to my less dominant hand. So in my case, it's my left. And then I'm going to give it a little lift to open it up, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this directly to the chain. Now the colours of your pins will match the colour of the chain. So you'll have rose gold coloured pins if you've got the rose gold colourway chain, or you'll have gold to match your gold chain. I'm just then going to slide that long loop of the chain into that loop that I've just started to form, like that. So as I say, I'm going to pop it in my less dominant hand. I'm going to take a pair of pliers and I'm just going to hold over that loop that we've made just to grip it. Jan says, I've got trouble doing wrap loops. Well, this, hopefully, Jan, take your time with it. The more you do, the neater they will become. And you don't have to do a wrap loop if you don't want to. You could turn a loop. You could do a wrap loop without adding it to the chain, and then you could open up that link on the chain and slide it through if that's easier. Or you could attach it with a jump ring. Tracy says these kits would be ideal to make when at a craft market. Yeah, it would be. It's always nice to make jewellery when you're selling your jewellery, because then people know that it's handmade. So I'm going to just give that a little lift, that little pin. So you can see it's not fully horizontal, it's just turning up ever so slightly. And the reason why I give it a little lift up is because when I bring that round for the first wrap, it'll sit really nicely and close underneath the loop we've made. So take your pliers, just take the very tip of that wire, and we're going to bring it all the way around, and I'm going to hold it here just to tip those beads down, just so gravity will let them fall to that ball pin. And I'm just going to do little half wraps, so to speak. Just going to move that chain out the way with my fingers. Because I've stopped and started, I'm making it look more complicated than it is, I promise. So I'm just going to do what I say by little half wraps. Do you know what? I'm not. I'm just going to hold it with my fingers. I'm just taking it round and then I'm bringing it round the back. So you might want to do your wrapped loop and then open up your chain if that's easier. The only reason I'm trying to hold that loop really is just to get it, just to give myself some purchase on it. But obviously I've attached the necklace together now, so it is getting in the way a little bit. So I'm just taking the end. I'm not putting too much pressure on. I'm just doing half a wrap around the front, around the back. And I'm going to do 3 wraps, or however many wraps it takes to fill that space between the pearl and that loop. And each time I'm bringing it round, the wire is just going to sit underneath that last coil, that last wrap. Right, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim a little bit of that wire off, because I don't need that excess. And I've not trimmed that too close because I'm just going to fill that tiny bit of space in at the back. And if I need to readjust, I can do. So I'm going to take my pliers and hold that loop again. And then I just kind of turn it round just to go in the direction, let's get in shot, of where that wire is. And I'm just tucking in that tiny bit of wire. So just pressing in gently. Ooh, there you go. And then my necklace is done. That's it. Mina says it looks lovely. Tina says hello. Hello, my lovely. So that's literally all it takes. You can pop it on, whichever way round you want, if you want to wear it that way or you want to wear it that way. So you've got your pearls threaded onto your tiger tail. You've got 3 colours of your pearls in the size 6 glass pearl, so you can mix them up. I'm just popping a callotte and crimp beads, double crimping onto each end, cutting my length of chain. And again, if you want to adjust the lengths of this, you've got plenty in your kit to do so. So if you think I want this to sit really, really long, you would just need a longer length of chain and use more of your beads around one side. You might think I want to sit higher like a choker, then you can just use less. I've used 14 pearls in each colour on one necklace. I've cut about 27 centimetres of my beautiful Figaro chain. I've kept a little length at the bottom, so I've just attached that with the jump ring, and I've attached this little wrapped loop matching those colours on a tiny little section on the bottom of the drop link there on the oval. So they will look lovely, I think, with whatever you're wearing. They're a nice kind of t-shirt make, and they're a nice quick make. I'll take you quickly back over to the website now just to show you. These are the Olga necklaces. The link's not, I don't think, working in the description, so head over to totallybeads.co.uk. They're all £6.99. You make 3 necklaces up in each of your kit. So you've got the bouquet, which has got the gorgeous kind of purple pinks and kind of warm creamy colours. You've got the candy gold, which is what I've just demoed there, with the lime, the peach and the Indian pink. You've got the forest, which has got greens, browns, kind of coffee colours in there, caramel colours in there, and then you've got the pastel rose, which has got your blue, your ecru and your buttermilk, if I remember correctly. Lots of colours to remember today, but £6.99 for each of your kits. Of course, we ship worldwide, so you can change your currency to what you need, and that should be with you pretty sharpish. Simple and elegant, says Camille. I'd say like myself without the elegance. Jan says that she's enjoyed them. Mina's enjoying them. Jan says it's beautiful. I can't wait to get making this. Thank you so much, Jan. I really appreciate it. She says thank you for another gorgeous make as well. Camille's asking for a heart or a thumbs up if you like the video. I don't know why, but it does help if you can give it a like or a thumbs up, but it's not compulsory, so don't feel you have to. Tracy says thank you as well. You're most welcome. Well, I hope you all have a really lovely week. I'm going to be back with you on Friday. I'm making necklaces again, I think, with you on Friday. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm doing a little bit of a different technique, I think, this Friday. And I'm saying I'm making necklaces. I am, but you could easily turn them into bracelets. There'll be lots of seed beads, lots of wire, and it's really straightforward. But I'm going to be showing you how to make kind of like a coiled bead, so to speak, or a coiled component, because you could turn them into earrings, you could do whatever you wanted with them. Nina's off to find her Totally Bead bundles. So I hope you all have a really lovely week. I hope the weather improves if it needs to, or cools down if you want it to, wherever you're watching. Linda, thank you so much. She says beautiful, can't wait to make them. If you do make anything, please share them either in the handmade group or with myself. I had a lovely message off Lasta King, I think her surname is, and I haven't been able to show you because I only responded to her this morning. She sent it on Friday and I didn't see it till this morning. But she's made a couple of the bracelets, the wire bangles that I've done in the 2 different designs. Can't remember what I called them. But she's really changed them up and she's added different beads to them. And I can see that they are the same design, and she said I've based it on this, but they look completely different, and that's the joy of making together. You'll make something, I'll make something. We can follow exactly the same step, but you might use different colours. You might do something slightly different, and we all get to make our own unique pieces of jewellery. And, you know, as we said before, when you're gifting it to family and friends, even if what I've made looks exactly the same as what you've made, it means a lot more when it's given to you by someone who knows you and loves you. So do please share your makes because it's lovely to see what you do. And I will see you all on